The Tory infighting begins. Well, now the Tories have lost the election. It looks like the infighting is beginning. Who is going to be the new leader of the Tories? Will it be James Cleverly, Suella Braverman, or Kemi Badenoch? Whoever they have won't make any difference. They won't win the next election. In fact, they've already lost the next two elections. I expect Labour to go on to win a second election and even a third. But whoever the Tories have, it won't make any difference. The voters will not vote for them. It doesn't matter who they have as leader. I'm afraid to say the Tories are going to be in opposition, well, out of government for a very long time. I don't know when they'll ever be in government again. I should imagine it might be maybe the late 2040s or maybe not to the 2050s until it goes wrong for Labour and the voters have decided they've had enough of them and want the Tories back in. But no, I'm afraid the Tories have got to change if they want to be elected again, be in government again. But like I said, whoever they have, it's not going to make any difference. It won't make any difference to the next two elections. They won't win them. I'm going to be out of government for a long time. They made a complete mess of everything. I don't know what's gone wrong with the Tories, but they never used to be like this. They used to be winning election after election, the Tories had. I mean, when Tony Blair was Prime Minister and when he won the election in 97, the Tories wasn't in government again until 2010. Admittedly, they had to go into government with the Liberals. They had to have a coalition, but that was the last time they was in government. It's going to be a very long time before they see inside of Downing Street again. All this is, you can go back, say, 5 years when we had the vote, we had that referendum to vote to leave the EU, and what happened after that was when Cameron decided he had enough. He did a runner. He didn't want to be Prime Minister anymore, and then Theresa May was elected leader and Prime Minister. That didn't, she wasn't Prime Minister for long, and then she was replaced by Boris Johnson, who was in more, of course, when we had COVID, he had the parties, the lockdown parties, and, well, everybody else couldn't have any parties. We couldn't mix, but all the time behind our backs, the Tories was enjoying themselves. And then he was replaced by Liz Truss. She didn't last long. And we ended up with Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister. He hasn't been Prime Minister for long. But I'm afraid to say the Tories are in a real mess at the moment. They've only got themselves to blame for what's happened, for them losing the election and becoming unelectable. I'm going to be like Labour was in the 80s when Maggie Thatcher was Prime Minister. They was unelectable in the 80s. They couldn't win an election. But like I said, it's going to be a long time before the Tories see inside government again. It'll be a very long time. They won't be in government for a long while, and I think it's a good thing really, because the voters have had enough and they wanted them gone, and they made their voices very clear last Thursday that they wanted them gone. And hopefully we'll never see them back in again. But I suppose sometime in the future the Tories will be back in government, but I don't know when it'll be. It's going to be a long time. I don't know whether I'll be around to see it, whether they'll be in government when I'm in my old age, when I'm in my 80s, going into my 90s. I don't know whether they'll be in government then, but it's I'm going to be out of government for a very long time. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Mr. Politics here, signing off, and I'll see you all again in another one.